Hello, everyone. Welcome to. Ooh, that's really loud. Hello, welcome to back to another exciting edition of Masks of Nyarlathotep. Episode I don't even remember. We're back in London now, though, so that's new. What level? I can't keep. Spooky 13. Oh, lucky 13. Yeah, just in time for Halloween. Oh, anyways, yeah. So we're back in London, where when last we left, the Ivory Wind had been sabotaged. A faulty boiler system being sabotaged, causing a massive explosion, and fire spread across the docks. Shrapnel everywhere, steam, fire, shrapnel, one of which impaled Dr. Adler in the back through the front. And luckily for the investigators, the chaos of that explosion allowed them to slip away unnoticed, and they were able to. I'm going to see. I don't think you guys have a car, but I'm going to assume that one of you stole a cab. I think that's just, would that be a fair assumption? That would be something you guys do.
That'd be fair, yeah.
You stole a cab, and Dr. Adler, although at first he was like, "Oh wow," but eventually you do notice that he does pass out from the pain. Of course, you then sought out the coroner, Dr. McDonald, who was able to use his influence to, first off, he's able to save, staunch the wounds of sorts and do some remedial medical first aid. But eventually had him, and we're going to go forward in time a little bit. It's going to be like just before dawn now. As you know, it was about sometime before midnight when the ship had exploded. And you showed up to Dr. McDonald's residence, and he was able to then do some emergency surgery on his dining room table. But eventually, he called some people that he knew, made a few mysterious phone calls, and next thing you know, Dr. Adler was checked into King's College Hospital under an assumed name, and he was able to get him a private room. And that's where our story begins, as you are all. Oh, where's the little ribbon? You are all standing around. At this hospital.
All right, so that last bit of the last session where I was swiping something, I just swiped it then, right?
You took a couple crates with you as well, and they are here.
Yay!
You didn't feel comfortable leaving them in the cab, but I assume we just abandoned
That's
somewhere.
fair.
And there's the piece of metal that was pulled out of his body.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, there's Adler sleeping. Okay. And he's like, well, Dr. McDonald says, oh, don't worry, he's quite lucky. Despite the impalement, he actually just happened to miss most of his vital organs. I mean, I don't think that's a sort of a 1 in a million shot. Anyways.
Woody kind of just looks at him, like, kind of tilting the burn side of his face. It's like, yeah, that seems to be our brand of luck nowadays.
Yes. Well, I made it a point to get, I made it a point before I left to call a gentleman of mine, a mutual acquaintance. It is obviously that your investigation and my friend's investigation seem to be on a parallel or even maybe an intertwined.
I see what happened.
Intertwined. Suspect what?
Your alarm was set for the PM.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Anyways, our investigation seems like your investigation and his investigation are perhaps one and the same. I've called a certain person in here, and with that, a man in the a gentleman appears in the doorway, who was called by his good friend Dr. McDonald to meet him here. So he felt that this may be the brick in the case, or the allies that he may need in order to fulfill the justice that he seeks. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I am Inspector Isaac Barrington.
That name does sound familiar to you, as you remember you looking through some of the articles. And the coroner, who had also mentioned to you that, he said that he felt like the investigation had been stifled for some reason.
Right. Yeah, I remember seeing your name in the papers.
Yes.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Sorry, we were killing flies over here. My name's Woody Bradsby. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
It is good to meet you. My friend, my acquaintance here says you and I have perhaps gone down the same path of investigation.
Yeah, it seems so. I'm sure we can compare notes over fish and chips or something. I'm sure you know a good restaurant nearby. I don't think our fair doctor here will be joining us.
Yes, it does seem that a good friend, Dr. McDonald here, has some work cut out for him. Will this man survive?
Oh, yes. You would not think in such a horrible mutilation, but no, actually, he just needs a good week of rest, and the wounds will be more superficial than anything. But really, just nice long bed rest and minimal movement will prevent and will really facilitate the healing for the internal injuries. But after that, he should be right as rain.
Well, that is good to hear. And, where are my manners? Looks at Violet. I am Inspector Isaac Barrington. Pleased to make your acquaintance, my lady.
Pleasure. Violet Hillrich. Yeah, we should probably go discuss this somewhere. I mean, I'm not opposed to fish and chips, but I am opposed to super public at this time. I think our exchange of information is best done as privately as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'm afraid I'm off. I'm going to go have a nice big breakfast, and then I'm afraid my seminar is about 4 hours. Maybe I can take a quick little cat nap and wash all this blood off of me. Well, toodles! And then he leaves.
How
So-
early of a morning is it?
It's like 5 in the morning.
Oh, well then,
Early.
the inspector would say, well, it is rather early. I don't think most folk would be around at this time. I'm sure we could
Mhm.
find ourselves some good breakfast and a booth to chat in secretly.
Absolutely. I think you want to take your crates with you.
Yeah, I'll take my crates with me and probably ask for help. Those are actually kind of big, the size of a bed. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's not. I mean, like, sorry.
Is
Yes.
Dean's chart on the bed, like, does it have any notes on like when he would probably regain consciousness?
No, he's been sedated from the surgery. He's still under the anesthesia and everything else.
Oh, that's fair. I was just wondering if, like, is he expected to wake up after 5 days, or...
No, but he would definitely just be basically bedridden.
Okay.
He still has
Yeah.
he has a major wound, so it's gonna take, in game terms, he needs that 1 week to rest to get that hit point so that he's above half.
Oh no,
And
yeah.
then he'll, yeah. But,
Like RP wise, it would just be to like touch
I'm
base.
just gonna assume that he's gonna be out for the next 7 days.
Okay.
So whatever you want to do.
All right. Sounds
You
good.
write a note and leave it, stuff it in his pajamas.
Right.
If you find this, it means we went somewhere and didn't come back. Well, this is where we went.
He's gonna wake up and like
And he's gonna show up. I saw your notes, and then
like 15 different crumpled up notes just in his like hospital clothes.
Yes, of course. Yes. Whoops. Oh gosh. Here, I'm gonna move you over here. Yes. Yeah. Not much longer. You can find the. There is a few early morning diners for those who work. Tend to be more for the working class, who chimney sweeps and dock workers, and of course, there isn't much dock working today because a lot of it's on fire. In fact, when you go out into the street, even from downtown London, you can smell the scent of the smoke, which of course it's the thick London fog because it's early in the morning, but it's the acrid smoke of burning diesel and whatnot. It's definitely making its way through the city. In the distance, you hear the clanging of fire brigade bells and whatnot. That being said, we will reset. We might be recycling a map.
Oh, okay.
Let me see here. Paste. Yep. And then they will be. Apparently, it's a franchise. Here you go.
Hey, this
there you
looks
go.
familiar.
Here's a booth. There you go. Hey, there you go. You can put your.
This English diner looks so American.
I don't trust this suspicious guy outside. He looks too familiar. Oh, he's gone.
He left. Oh no. Your twins are over here.
Doppelgangers.
Tommy! You're back!
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, sure. Anyways.
All right. So,
Oh. Hey, I remember you guys. I just transferred here. All right. No.
That would be really funny. So,
that's about good. You all want some bangers and mash? Beans and toast?
Yeah, whatever the special of the day is, I'll have that.
Okay. Breakfast tea? Oh, great. No, So, yeah. You have a couple of ideas here. What do you guys want to do? You have your crates. You have, you do have an appointment soon.
Yeah, and I would apprise the inspector of that.
Yeah, and Inspector Barrington, I'm sure, has a lot of information he may be willing to share as well.
Yes, perhaps. But I am curious what my new friends know first.
That's entirely fair. So let's see. I guess Woody would start by recounting the events leading up to the ship blowing up, I think.
It all started back in New Paltz. When we were little kids. Oh, no,
Oh, probably not that far back, but
in fact, you have to go ahead and recite the entire story right now. No, just kidding.
all right, here we go.
Just kidding. Yeah, so you're gonna tell them about the ship, the Ivory
yeah.
Wind.
What the party had found,
Mhm.
what creatures they saw on board, the people who were involved, and say that the reason why it blew up was because we wanted to cripple these people's operation. It's very clearly sinister, and sabotaging was the best we could think of. But and Woody kind of just shrugs. That's just our luck.
Oh, okay. Well, if you don't mind, I am actually going to, in actual out of character, request the full recap because I'll remind you, I was not here for that session, and I do not watch these streams back. I
Okay.
have no clue what you did.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So it's a good thing I have notes.
All of what you said was so vague. Who did
Okay.
you meet? I don't know. I don't
Okay.
remember.
That's right.
I wasn't here.
Okay.
Well, what?
So
Okay,
it
you found
looks
out
like
that there was some shady warehouse guy that was hiring people, no questions asked, to load a ship in the middle of the night. It was the Ivory
Yeah.
Wind.
the
And
captain of which was a Captain Torback.
Yep, drunk
Um,
Norwegian.
There were two groups of workers. It seemed like really buff guys and like normal looking guys.
Yeah.
The person in charge of the port area was
Yeah.
a well-dressed Indian man. I'm forgetting his
Chowdhury.
name. Chowdhury.
Yeah, he owned the warehouse that you guys were
Chowdhury.
bumping around in.
Okay. And then he explicitly said that his benefactor said that these boxes contained important material for his allies in Shanghai.
Yep.
The big muscle guys do look like they were involved with the occult. They had ritual scarification.
Yep. Very good.
The truck was from Hanson Manufacturing Derby, so I'm not sure if they're entirely involved. We haven't explored them much further. And the ship Ivory Wind makes stops in Shanghai, but it also goes down to Australia.
Yep. Kind of goes all over the place.
Yeah. And we made the call because based off our investigations of the United States, and then I'll kind of skim over that because you were there for that, and I think you might be caught up to the shenanigans related to the ship and the explosion.
They stuck around, found some half man, half fish crew members.
Yeah.
Snuck past them, sabotaged the boiler.
And then everything just blew up. It hit critical mass.
It blew up. Yeah, it blew up sooner than they wanted to, because that's why Adler got impaled by a piece of shrapnel. Because he rolled a 100.
A 100.
I said, that means it blows up way too early. Boom. You guys took some damage too, didn't you, or no?
Oh no, I passed my dodge check. I still have my dodge pip.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Dean was not so lucky.
Did you? None of you guys took some damage then?
I don't believe.
Okay.
So. No.
I don't remember.
Yeah, Woody's still at maximum hit points. It shows here.
Okay. You're good then. Yay!
Yeah, yay! Woody was expecting to get hit too.
Adler took all the damage for you guys.
Yeah. The rules shift around once we start moving to like other continents. Like all the
Yeah.
shit starts falling on someone else.
Yeah, you take turns getting blown up. I guess it's Vi's turn next.
Yeah, once we hit Shanghai.
Wait, who put this to explore?
Yeah. Out of character. Do you have any questions regarding our misadventures?
Out of character? No, I don't think so. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That said, Inspector, I recognize that you've been working this case for a while. And it is up to your discretion to disclose whatever information may be helpful to you and to us. But I think it's probably in the interest of both parties for us to see what's in these crates.
Yes, that does curious me, and it sounds like you all have had quite a time being here in London. You Americans always amaze.
Yeah, it's like we came straight out of Hollywood.
I do actually have an out-of-game question, but it's also an in-game question.
All right,
Oh,
work
yeah.
it in.
I legit blanked, and I can't remember if you specified if you said this or not. So I'll just ask again.
Yeah.
What?
Do you know who owned the boat?
Who owned the boat? Not by name and not directly. I just know that Mr. Chowdhury's benefactor, he referred to him as his master. Them, I suppose. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. But I have strong suspicions that that person is who owned the boat.
Interesting. Who was this captain again, you said?
Captain Torback.
Yeah.
And he was Norwegian?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, the day of the incident, he was out drinking a little bit too much.
Yes.
Sounds like the bottle have saved his life then.
In this particular place, I suppose it's true.
An active drinker, that one. But we've shared what we know. What do you know?
Well, what do you all know of a Penhew Foundation?
Not much specifically, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Out of character, I don't have much in terms of notes for the Penhew Foundation.
Good. You do have a...
The handout?
Yeah, you have the foundation business card.
The business card, yeah.
Yeah.
And you remember that, right? Penhew was one of the... Sir Penhew was one of the...
He was one of the explorers that got lost during the brothers' journey, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And then another guy took over.
That's right, yeah. So Vi will explain that portion and the information that she and Dean had learned, and then would pull out the business card that she has been carrying around with her and slide it across the table to the inspector.
Yes. One Mr. Edward Gavigan. I believe this man is responsible for attempting to throw me off of the case of the murders here in London.
Any particular reason why he would do that?
Other than suspicion that he may be a part of all of this, which is why when our good acquaintance, good Dr. McDonald, called me and said he may have some people who may be of service, I had to stop by and come right away. You Americans already prove yourselves to be quite resourceful, and from what I have been experiencing, I've suspicion to believe that, well, there is suspicion in me being waylaid and put off of this investigation, and perhaps it's time to take a lesson out of the pages of you Americans and throw away my set of rules.
You get a lot more done when you don't follow the rules, right, Woody?
Oh, you are some sort of American cowboy.
Uh, sometimes we try to follow the rules. This just wasn't one of those times.
Did any of these, you said,
Liar.
cultists, I believe, were any of them speaking any, this is an odd question, but were any of them speaking Egyptian, ancient Egyptian, perhaps?
What kind of check would I need to make in order to remember that or discern if they did?
You can use your education.
Okay, education.
Are you an educated man, Mr. Woody? Yes, you are.
Just barely, just educated enough, sir.
No, the ones in the warehouse. I mean, the ones that the big guys that were talking to each other were pretty much speaking Arabic, not ancient Egyptian.
Oh, okay. Then I would make that distinction that it's possible that the larger men were Egyptian or they could speak the native tongue, but it doesn't seem like it was ancient Egyptian.
Interesting. So, two separate incidents. Yours at the docks, and well, surely by now you have heard of the murders throughout London. Yes. A witness reported that they overheard one of the victims in their dying breaths shouting out an ancient Egyptian word, Hotep. Not sure if this could be connected, but it is rather curious that not only am I being thrown off this case, but that there's another incident, your incident down with the docks.
You said Hotep?
Yes, I was told, it's odd that Mr. Gavigan would throw me off this case, considering he's the one who's been giving me this information. He confirmed to me that it's a word, ancient Egyptian word, meaning rest or peace. That one of these murder victims was heard crying it out.
Seems interesting for a last cry. Do you have any leads on why they might have been crying that out? You think it's some code?
I'm not too sure. My leads so far have just been in my own personal investigations into Edward Gavigan. Again, I have suspicions that there's deeper motive for him putting me off this case. But other than following him to... well, it does kind of add up. I have followed him for quite some time. He has visited quite an amount of Egyptian locations. It's quite curious. But no, that is my only lead so far in this case.
Are you referring to like Egypt and the Cairo Museum? Are you referring to the Egyptian stuff that you guys have here or in France? Like what are you
Yes,
referring to?
apologies. Well, I've been following him, as I said, for several days, and I've learned his routine, if you will. He likes to eat at various Egyptian restaurants here. Well, he walks to Soho, that is, and then eats at various Egyptian restaurants. I've noted that he visits the Blue Pyramid at least once a month, and I've known that he, with quite regularity, visits Empire Spices, which is owned by an Egyptian immigrant named Blank Space on my info sheet because the name is not there. So if I'm supposed to know that name, I don't have that information.
This must be what they call British humor.
Yes, of course.
I'm sure it will come to you momentarily, so we'll revisit that specific topic here in a minute. Did we have any information on spice locations or things of that nature? What was the name of the shop back in New York? It wasn't a spice shop, it was like an oddities shop, right guys?
The Voodoo Lounge thing?
Yeah, the place where we first met the zombies.
Yeah, I think it was like, shit, what was that place called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Jeez.
I'm Nick yelling it at the top of my lungs. Juju House. Sorry, I had this muted.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would my kind Cthulhu lord tell me what the Egyptian immigrant is named? Because it's not in my notes. It is not here.
I noticed that. Where the hell did it go? Oh, sorry. Okay, that's even weirder. I don't have. Sorry, I must have put. Oh, well, I guess. Oh, that's weird. Oh, they're over here. No. Okay.
I will be able to tell you in but a moment. I swear it is coming to me. It is on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, damn it. Okay, let me look. That's weird. I guess I don't have that particular.
Maybe I have his name written down on a piece of paper.
I never made him a token. No, I guess it's like that. It's Zara Shafiq, a woman in her mid-30s.
Zara, what again?
I will type it here. Zahra Shafiq. Boom.
Ah, yes, Empire Spices, owned by Egyptian immigrant Zara Shafiq. I do not know how the name slipped me for so long.
It's okay, you just need some food. It's understandable.
Shit.
I think at this point, Woody would see if he can kind of jimmy the box open a little bit so we can peek inside.
Oh yeah. You just take your time. There, it's saved in your thing there, Barrington. Okay. Well, which one you want to mess around with first? The little one or the bigger one?
Let's do the bigger one.
Go big or go home.
Yay. Okay. So we open box. I mean, this is the one that is from. You remember you looked at the receipt? It's from Henson Manufacturing.
Yes.
And with that,
And there was a label beneath that said it was also from Randolph Shipping Co.
Yep. And I will show you.
What's inside?
I'll show it to the players.
What's in the box?
Some strangely machined parts.
Oh, what the heck?
a trio of strange, recently manufactured parts found in a crate, destined for Hongfo imports in Shanghai. They're made of a strange bluish silver metal, with one part being painted yellow. Various grommets, gears, and other mechanisms are seen throughout the surface of these parts. There's no obvious purpose or function, but close inspection reveals nuts, bolts, and other fasteners and machining marks common to modern manufacturing methods. You would have to probably find someone who is with a knowledge of engineering or physics, possibly, or metallurgy,
Oof.
to determine maybe this particular items. Even though the metal is strange and sort of almost unworldly in its design, or at least in its components. Like I said, you can tell that someone using modern day methods put these pieces together, as if maybe they were pieces from some other place and then repurposed for something else.
I see. And when you say modern day, you mean like 2023?
1920s, yeah. No,
Oh,
1920s style.
Okay, okay.
Like it's held together with like rivets
okay.
and welding marks and things like that
Got
you would
it.
expect from of the time.
Okay.
And I will put it in your journal. Well, I think I already did. Oops. Okay. Well, it's in there now. If you didn't look at it. Right. All right. Oops. All right. Anyways. And let's see. You want to see the other one?
Yes.
All right. A conch shell.
What?
A 1 foot long conch shell, 8 inches wide at the height, covered with intricate markings around the edges, and there's a hole in it for looks like if you were to blow into it.
Oh.
And if anyone have zoology, they could identify its origin now, or possibly anthropology.
Well, I mean, maybe someone will roll a 1. I'm gonna roll
never know.
anthropology. I did not.
You
roll
know,
a 1.
I also
what
did
are the
not.
odds, gang? Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Can I just test to see if it's broken? Because as we've learned, these character sheets, these NPC sheets,
Yes.
even for the monsters, are broken. So if I get another critical success twice in a row, it's broken. Okay, it's not broken. It's that actually legitimately just happened. Holy shit, someone put that in the record books and jot this down now.
So glad this is streamed.
Yeah, no one would believe it if there was no evidence of it.
No way, no freaking way.
This shell is a species commonly found in Fiji. The carvings are not common to any tribes in the South Pacific, but you got a critical success. Apparently, you were reading a lot of National Geographic in your downtime, and you the hard success does reveal that the markings were similar to ones found on and along Southeast Asia. Small islands found on idols that were thought to be lost. Idols of a lost civilization. I will go ahead and put all that information in the description. Oops.
That's
Notes only visible by GM. Never mind.
Maybe I'm just born to play inspectors and detectives. My luck is
Right?
great.
Jesus.
yeah. Let's just not walk into any
That's
houses
so
with
funny!
shapeshifters in them, huh?
Oh, that's too funny. That's weird, though. I could have sworn. Where is her? Sorry.
I was gonna ask if this conch shell has like a pull string on it.
No.
So I don't know if it's true or not, but I've learned something that really upsets me. Apparently, it's pronounced conch.
A conch shell?
That really upsets me too.
Well, too bad.
I much
calling it
prefer
conch.
conch.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is in your journal. All right.
Neat.
The Boston Celtics, not the Boston Celtics.
specifically from Fiji. Carvings
Yeah.
are not common to any tribes in the South Pacific. This is interesting.
Oh.
Very interesting. I read those pamphlets that get delivered to your house, and that's how I learned this. Quite interesting that they would have a conch shell of this making with these markings in a random box you found
I
on the docks.
Well, yeah, that was also destined for China.
I suppose this lends credence to the theory that the crimes are connected to who? Whoa, big lady.
Sorry.
Hold on, where was I? Right. This lends credence to the theory that the victims are of the Lascars. I'm not sure if that's a colloquial term or if that's actually what they're called, but
I don't know. That's what they call them in this book. I don't know.
okay. But
Lascars, yeah.
it seems like this links back to them.
Yeah, you could. Perhaps, although the victims were, as Inspector Barrington knows, were killed in an unusual way. I suppose the Lascars, which you've seen, were mostly armed with blades.
Are we talking about the murder victims
Yeah.
here in London? Yes.
Mhm.
They have been murdered in quite differing fashions. Our good friend the coroner has indicated that blunt objects were inflicted, most likely with weapons dealt to inflict pain and suffering rather than to immediately kill.
Yep.
Huh.
So with that in mind, what would you like to do now? Now this is taking you about an hour or so. So the sun is already slowly coming up. Within a few hours, within about 2.5 hours, your appointment with the watchmaker, and should you wish to keep it. Otherwise, you may wish to have some rest. I mean, it's up to you, or whatever you would like to do. You get.
I guess I'm gonna need a brief refresher. What was the reason why we went to the watchmaker? To find out who ordered those things, right?
Who ordered those things? Yeah, and remember Woody kind of looked around and figured out a way he could probably sneak into the back.
Okay.
But it's up to you if that's what you want to do, or you want to Violet. I mean, it's up to you how you guys want to do that.
Oh, okay. Well,
he's letting you. He's by appointment only, so you will definitely be able to.
okay. Well, the person would probably remember Violet.
Yes.
Um.
She may very well be able to, even though he technically was the one making the appointment. Dr. Adler was the one making the appointment.
Okay.
Certainly would be more than probably, since she was there with him at the time. I'm sure he would understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe, Vi, maybe you can make up this story where Dean died and you are set to inherit all his fortune. That guy will not turn you away.
That's one way to do it.
That is doable.
He's in the hospital.
He is in the hospital. He is in the hospital. I mean, if anything, that's proof enough that he's in the pending stages of passing away. My dear husband was involved in the explosion that happened down at the docks.
There you go. Something like that. Yeah, you never know.
I suppose. Making him think that he could possibly sell out the entire store while you're snooping through the back to find information is a good way to go about it.
Yeah, that's one way.
Inspector, would you be busy in a few hours.
My investigations have brought me to you, and other than continuing my investigations, perhaps not. What is this watchmaker that you have business with, you said? Why am I French now?
um, yeah, this watchmaker is in possession of information that connects itself to a cult at large. I am unsure if the cult is connected to killings here, but it seems quite ritualistic. If we find out the information regarding who received uh, some of this watchmaker's pieces, perhaps it will lead us to other avenues down your investigation.
I would agree, and perhaps, as I said, I'm in the business of not following the rules that are not working for me, so perhaps the word of an inspector could help you sell the
guys hear
death
it?
of your friend
Can you
even
hear
further.
it?
But not too bad.
Okay.
All right, so would you like to play distraction with Vi, or would you like to formally search through the accounts in an official capacity? Because either way, I'm game.
I think I will enter for the distraction. As I said, word from an inspector could help sell that this plan of yours.
Very well. Do you think you can guarantee that all the staffers would be down in the shop to answer questions?
Well, I mean, when you were there, there was what one the watchmaker. You think you saw somebody? Yeah, you did see somebody kind of wandering in the back, but that's I think the only staff. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just like taking precautions because who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe there's a fish guy up in the attic that's gonna mess me up.
there you go.
So just taking precautions. If the inspector is capable of pulling in more attention to the front and Vi spearheads the
Yeah,
incentive to stay
if
there.
she's able to distract him, you would definitely get like either a bonus to your stealth or probably like you make a stealth roll and if you fail it, you make a noise. But for him, you have to make a listen roll. But if she's over there yapping in his ear, he'll have a penalty to it.
Okay.
I do request, should you find anything incriminating that would lead to this investigation, please.
You have our partnership.
Let's break some rules. Take it and show it to me.
All right.
I'm
Hey.
getting tired of being thrown to the side in this investigation. It's time I do something.
I have come here to eat crumpets and kick ass, and I'm all out of crumpets.
Indeed.
Well, if there's anything that I've brought from the United States, it's my reputation as an information broker. And I do not intend to disappoint in terms of information. Are you ready, Inspector?
I believe so. This breakfast has been wonderful. When is this appointment?
In 3 more hours. Should be enough time to forge any documents necessary.
Well, I am ready.
Let's go.
Tally ho!
So are
quick-
we running with the
quick-
Hmm?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was-
Sorry.
Are we running with the plan of Dean being dead or Dean dying?
I mean, either way.
Well, if we run with him being dead and he was last seen at this watch shop, I can enter and question about his cause of death
Yeah.
to the employees?
I think that holds a lot of weight.
It does, but I shouldn't go in with the officer. That would look really suspicious or skeptical, but if I go in... There seems like no good time for me to go in with going that angle.
Go in first and act the concerned. What did you say you were with? What was the original idea? You were husband
The
and wife?
Yes.
Go in first and act the either worried wife or looking to buy, and I can come in and separate you two. You get the first scoop, and I get the second.
The classic good cop, sad cop. All right, we can do this.
What if it was something along the lines of, instead of me going in to try to make this purchase, I am going in as a courtesy to let him know that my husband cannot attend due to the fact that he has passed away. That way it still shows that in good faith we kept the appointment, since it is appointments only, and that now I've got to go deal with the grievances and taking care of the inheritance of the estate. But I wanted to fully communicate properly that this appointment was valid and important to both he and I, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to make it. And then actively refusing to buy anything because I've got other people that I need to go and inform them that my husband is no longer with us, thus adding credibility to the fact that he has passed away, instead of making it look like a sneaky schmuck is coming in trying to buy random stuff with some dead person's money.
I don't think they really care. They're just a business. If you have money and you're willing to spend it on them, they'll probably entertain you. The fact that he's not around means you have all his money.
I have an interesting question, Mr. GM.
Yeah.
Being someone from here, being an inspector,
Yeah.
would I know these specific like high-end shops? Would I know if they're very like locked in with their appointments? Like if you put a name down, another person can't go in under that and say, "Oh, hey, I'm with this person. Let me get their appointment." It has to be that person who.
Yeah, I mean those that, yeah, the businesses that cater to the upper classes here, even though certainly the last early part of the 20th century is sort of the status, inborn status is kind of given away more to economic status. So like the nouveau riche, as opposed to someone just born under born with a title, but they still hold sway. Either way, people above a certain credit rating will obviously have easier time getting in here, but they typically are very discerning clients. They don't just let anybody just wandering off the street, especially this one that's very by appointment only. And this particular area is, yeah, it sort of caters to the upper crust of society.
So then I would say, well, it is very possible that if the appointment was under your friend's name, it could go either way. They could send you out the door, or the allure of money could accept as well.
You would have to basically decide whether you want to persuade or if you want to use deception and fast talk. Or he's not a very big man. I mean, you might just bum rush him in there and intimidate him if you want. Get me in there, but which, I mean, he would get you in there, but I don't think he'd be more cooperative than that. But if you really are trying to act as a buyer, like I said, he does remember, since he knows you, he's more likely to believe you in his stead. You know. he may not let you walk out with a bunch of stuff, but he might say, "Oh, I'll hold it for you until Dr. Adler can come in and bring the." Well, I don't know. Maybe you may be able to persuade him to just make an account, and he would just send the bill to his.
I got an idea.
Hotel.
It just hit me. I got an idea.
What?
I got an idea.
What's that? What?
So I'm gonna try to convince the guy to put it on hold or something of that nature.
Okay.
But I am gonna distract him for a little bit. But the angle that I'm gonna go for is
Do you have a layaway program?
can we hold it until the estate has gone through so I can purchase it, as it was the last. It's going to be a last memento that I want him buried with.
Sure.
I'm going to go that angle. There we go.
All right. There you go.
And I swear to God, if we pass this guy on the fucking street with Dean, I'm going to be so pissed.
All right. Well, that brings up the question of timing. When am I supposed to go in? Because when the inspector comes in, the inspector can pull all of the people in the shop to the front.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could skulk around the alley and look through the window and see, notice if anybody. Also, you were able to see a way into the back alley, but you haven't had a chance to really see the actual layout of the back. So there might be somewhere, maybe an opportunity to go up to a different window or something. So you
okay.
see the back.
Okay, so there is going to be time
yeah.
that I can utilize.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So how should we communicate, or should we go off like synchronized timepieces?
Crackerjack.
Ironically.
I think synchronized time is our best bet.
If you only had a chronometer.
If we only had a chronometer,
they hadn't thrown it in the ocean.
Because if this flows properly, we'll have my conversation with the watchmaker, and then do you want me in there, Inspector, when you come in, or do you want me gone?
Well, if the plan is to investigate and talk about suspicion of your friend's death as it is, perhaps it would be best when I come in that maybe a short conversation would happen, and then you can leave the building, and I will get everyone else's attention, and perhaps you can be a lookout for your other friend here, Mr. Bradsby.
All right, that makes sense.
And we're going with the angle that there may have been foul play in Dean's death, or are we doing a foul play in Dean's hospitalization? Because if we do the hospitalization route, me putting it on layaway for when he gets better makes sense.
Well, with the murders abound in London, either work, either could be enough suspicion to give possible worry, especially in the location that he was one of the last locations he was seen in.
So let's go with the angle. He was attacked. He's hospitalized with possible deadly injuries. And you are investigating the last known locations that he was in, retracing his steps, while I'm just trying to be honorable about the timing of the appointment while going around and canceling other things and then going back to my husband's side.
Yes, that sounds like it would work.
Okay.
Wonderful. I think we have a plan of action then.
All right. Then make your way to the
Downtown?
downtown, there in your Soho area, the Burkett and Phil fancy watchmaker shop, where you approach a strict right on time. Pray a quick shower and a change of clothes, wash off the scent of burning ship, off your, freshen up a little bit, while you find yourself here in the watchmaker's shop. Hello. Oh, where is the doctor? Where is Dr. Adler? If I may be so bold as to ask.
Hello. I appreciate your boldness. My husband was injured last night. And he's in the hospital right now, and to be perfectly frank, the only reason I'm here is because neither one of us wanted to go back on our appointment that we had scheduled with you, because you were so kind to be able to see us on such short notice. But yeah, my husband is he's not good, and I'm sorry, I don't want to dump everything on you, but it's not good. But I wanted to keep our word, because our word is very important to us and our family, that at least one of us would be here for the appointment. I hope you can understand that not really in a good headspace right now, so I'm just trying to keep myself together as best I can.
Oh, mademoiselle, please, there's no need to cry. I am so sorry. Yes, I heard about that horrible explosion. I am so sorry of your misfortune. Please sit down, please. Let me get you something. So
she does start to hyperventilate and kind of just.
During this whole time, Woody's able to easily, like you said, he found that secret way back into the back of the alley, where he's able to crawl down past a couple other businesses through the back way, where he finds himself at the back of the alley, the back of the store. Store has a couple of different options for you, my friend. Let's reveal them now. First off, the bottom floor. At first, it appears to be a simple door, but then you realize you notice there is no door handle nor knob. There is this small locking mechanism, and apparently you've seen these before. Is usually a very heavy key that is used to unlock it. It's probably reinforced, meaning it's going to take a really good locksmith to get that open. Now you do have bars on the windows.
Okay.
Which, should you may want strength. However, if you have the strength, if you have the locksmithing ability, you might be okay. You'll also see there is actually a second floor, but you see that there are smaller spikes, small, like a spiked balcony. However, you notice that the windows do not have bars on them. So probably easier to get the bars that are up on the second floor. That being said, you do notice there is a burglar alarm here. So more than likely you would have to... Well, there's a couple choices. You could... you need to kind of inspect the window to see if you can figure out the triggering mechanism for the alarm. Or you could climb up and then disable the burglar alarm box and then be able to open without any issues.
Excellent.
So those are kind of your choices.
I like it.
Great.
The burglar alarm, does it look like something that like Woody's probably seen on the houses of like the big mobsters?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely. You typically know that it's typically these alarms at this time of they're typically basically it's like a wire or yeah,
Okay.
that's usually run that's internal through the wall, and
Mm-hmm.
then let me do free again. You know, and then what it is like it's usually along the bottom, the frames of the window. And
Okay.
what it is when you lift the window up, it breaks the circuit, which causes the alarm to go off.
Okay, that makes sense.
So the
Now,
other way we just circumvent could be to take your time, and you could probably cut out a panel because it's like putty that's kind of like keeping the windows in their frames. You
ah,
could cut through that and
I
then
think,
kind of slide through, break it through like slowly. If you took time, it just takes time. Otherwise, the other option is to climb up, get over there, open that box up, get in there, disable the battery, and then you wouldn't have to
okay.
worry about it at all.
Okay, I think what Woody would be concerned with is the sounding mechanism.
Yeah.
Is it like a whirring siren, like World War raid sirens, or is it like a
No.
bell?
It's just an old school bell,
Okay. Then
big
what he
bell.
would
You
Okay,
know.
yeah, what he would probably do is before they come here, they've got 3 hours. He would probably get some pieces of either leather or rope or even the napkins from the diner. And he's just gonna slip it in between the hitting mechanism and the bell itself.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So you just need to open the box up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's carefully machined together. Go ahead and make a. What do you got? You got mechanical repair.
I
What's
mean, I
your?
do have 10 points in mechanical repair.
Well,
Um,
the thing is, you could basically because you could just take your time. So you're coming out ahead of time to do this. Is that what you
yeah,
want? Okay.
yeah.
So first off, go ahead and make a climbing roll to see how quickly you get up there.
Okay. Nice.
And you get up there no problem. It just takes a few minutes. You take your time. You're not like hurrying. Occasionally you hear somebody walking around the alley, but they don't seem to notice you. It's further down. Yeah, you can go ahead and make a luck, if you wish. Luck
Okay.
or strength to pull it off, or dex to open it quietly without setting anything off.
I like that option the best.
Okay.
And
Just kind of in
is
there.
it
You're kind of.
rolling? Is it rolling?
You
Oh.
just like you just use a screwdriver and stuff it between the.
Oh.
Want to spend some luck?
Yeah, I'll spend
Or
some
you could
luck.
push it.
Ooh. Hmm.
It's up to you.
Yeah, you know what? I'll push it. Come on. There we go.
Oh, didn't electrocute yourself. That's great. Okay. Yeah. You at first you're like, then you decide to just try again, and you kind of approach it from another angle. You're kind of leaning, like you're kind of like holding on with like one hand and one leg, kind of leaning off of this. You know,
Yeah.
you're like, oh. Anyway, so you stuff it in there, so you could it will definitely mute it.
Okay. And then do I still have to worry about these spikes, or
No, these ones, I mean, really honestly, only
is it
if you
just
had
for
like,
birds?
yeah, honestly, I would only have made it an issue if you had failed your dex roll,
Okay.
fell off. Oh, no, just hanging. You're just hanging from the second story on an impaled arm.
It's like, ow. Our
Anyways.
luck continues.
Yeah, no, you because it's like I said, it's basically like it's like a 1 foot balcony. This is more decorative. It's not really useful for anything.
Okay, sounds good. So then, if that's the case, and I still have time before
Mhm.
the inspector comes in to pull everybody, I'm gonna set up my landing zone.
Okay.
So,
Okay, make
probably
like
just, yeah, probably just lay down towels and like dirty them up. So it's like, even if someone walked by, it's like, oh, there's just somebody
sure.
dropped a bunch of dirty stuff here.
Yeah, a bunch
Okay,
of
so
linens and stuff from
yeah,
the sky.
so I think after
So you have
that,
a
Woody
little
is,
crash pad. You're good.
yeah, yeah, that's the idea.
All right.
Okay,
Meanwhile, so
yep.
this is all like before that. Now you've been waiting, and then she comes in. So she has now been talking. Go ahead and make a persuasion, fast talk or persuasion, whichever one you want to use. So, depending on what I guess your motive,
Um,
however you want to. I want to see how successful you are.
let's
in
go with
that call.
persuasion.
Okay.
Ooh, hard success.
Excellent.
Flip.
Woo! All right, so he is definitely sympathetic to your plight in such a way that he has not even been paying attention. That's good. So that will give bonuses to Woody should he accidentally, or yeah, it'll make it harder for him to notice if he even makes a mistake and actually knocks something over. He's too caught up
Fantastic.
in your plight.
Awesome.
All right, Woody, you want to go in?
Yeah.
All right. It's a simple lock. You can basically actually, pretty much just with enough time, you can just slowly pull the window up. The alarm begins, but it is muted, and so far, the padding seems to take precedent.
Okay.
Just kind of, which it's kind of weird, but at least it's not like, unless someone is on the second floor, they may not even notice it.
Okay.
In fact, they probably don't even notice it at all. All right. They might hear the strange, like, vibrating from the box, but why is the wall vibrating?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay.
Okay, so you're able to get in there. You see at the top floor, there is a variety of, it is a storeroom with decorations for various holidays, cleaning products, boxes, and shopping bags. Jewelry boxes that are empty, that are velvet lined. You also see at the top there is a door. The assumption is it leads to downstairs.
Okay.
And you can hear Vi crying somewhat. But as far as
That's
business
Vi.
records, they appear to be down. They do not see. There are no business records or any paperwork of any kind. It's just simply like.
Okay, so there's none up here. Can I kind of creak the door open, and I'm hoping that the acoustics would let me hear them better and see if there's any sounds of movement from where we would guess the records are.
Well, you open it up and it's for dimly lit stairs. Apparently a storeroom, and in fact, from your perspective, you can see there's some curtains that appears, and you can barely see into the well-carpeted showroom. In fact, you kind of, from your perspective, you can see his shadow as he moves around.
Okay.
Madam, please let me. I tell you what, I shall make you some tea, okay? I'll make you some tea. And he proceeds to go into the back room, where you hear a sound of a sink, water filling up a metal teapot, and a clank as it's a small hot plate of some kind, or clank, and turned on.
Okay.
And he leaves again.
Okay,
All
so
right,
there.
madam. So, what is it that you may be of interest to you?
Well, with everything that's going on, my husband did express huge interest in that watch. My hope is that we could put it on hold until he gets better. And if if worse comes to worse, I would really like to purchase it for him to be buried with it, as it was one of the last, little adventures we went on together.
Hmm. Oh, yes, of course. No, we are not. I am not a monster. Of course, I will be more than happy to. Tell me, what is the name of the funeral home to which you would like me to forward the items to, so that he may be properly buried, if you have chosen such a thing?
It hasn't been chosen just yet.
Okay.
Still waiting for the recovery process, and hopefully it works. But I can get you all of that information, because maybe we'll be able to come back and get it together. That's my hope, at least.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. He quickly pulls it out, and he says, I shall hold this aside for you. And he writes it. What is the name you wish to? Dr. Adler? Mrs. Adler? Okay. And then
Yes.
he puts it in a nice calligraphy, has like a nice little fancy fountain pen. And then he puts it in a little box, and he puts it in a nice little cute little bag. A nice velvet bag to go with it. And he says, all right, I shall keep this in the safe.
I appreciate your attention to detail, but before you leave, can you tell me a little bit more about the watch itself? My husband didn't get a chance to fill me in too thoroughly about it, and you had more of your active converse with me, and I'm just curious on the workings of it.
Ooh, yes, of course. Well, you'll see. When he starts going off about how the French watchmakers had built techniques they've developed since the late 1700s, and goes on and on about how it's so much better, and it's not there's Rolexes that everyone loves now. This is so much more superior product, and da 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 da, and kind of goes on and on.
To keep him going, to buy Woody a little bit more time, I would continue to gaslight him about like the little facts that I know about watches and how Rolexes are always seen to be better and stuff like that. And then as I'm gaslighting him into like talking more about it, I reassure him that for me, this is obviously the superior watch, but we constantly hear about blah, blah, blah. So I'm just completely like gaslighting him through the entire conversation to keep him going.
That sounds great. What is your Woody? What do you want to do?
So we've established that the upstairs is basically nothing but that room, correct?
Yep. There is nothing of.
So then he's gonna slowly make his way down the stairs and try to stay in the unlit portion.
Yep. Go ahead and make a stealth roll, and because she is distracting him, go ahead and get it. I'll give you 2 bonus dice, so she rolls such a good persuasion.
Nice.
Excellent. You are able to navigate your ways gingerly down the stairs without causing any undue attention to yourself. There you see through the little dim light of the between the curtains, you see you have to the right, you see the hot plate and the tea and some filing cabinets. To the left, a very large safe and a small workbench with various parts, and as well as for cutting diamonds and for mounting diamonds onto jewelry and things like that.
Okay.
And
I guess Woody will start to sift as quickly but as quietly as he can through the
right.
documents for incriminating. Not
Okay.
incriminating, but like,
Yeah. Anything that might be of use to you. Yes. All right. It takes a few minutes, but let's see here.
I was gonna say, how many minutes have gone by since they entered?
It's been about 10 minutes.
Because I think the inspector would enter soon.
Yeah. Whenever you feel it. So we'll do. Okay.
Yeah, I think after like 10 minutes goes by of just waiting, for the first round, I think he would enter the building.
All right, and then Woody, I need you to roll a 6-sided. I will also roll a 6-sided. Okay. You find the. You do find. Oh, wait, where are you? Right. Yes. That is the wrong. Sorry. Wrong notes. Wrong notes. Okay. You find. Uh-oh. I lost my notes. Yeah, you do find the. Oh, here it is. Right. Yes. You. I'm sorry. All right. You find the order form from about 18 months ago for 5 different. 5 of the maritime
the chronometers.
no, yeah, chronometers.
Okay. So I'm
Mhm.
gonna grab that information.
And it's ordered from. It is not has a specific. Oh no! It just says the Penhue Foundation is the client.
Oh. Okay. Penhue Foundation. Okay. Seeing as the inspector has come in, Woody kind of estimates that half his time is up.
Yep.
Or maybe a third, depending on how well they synergize together. He's gonna keep digging and see if there's any other suspicious orders.
Okay.
Orders for perhaps the Hanson Manufacturing Company, Tondry Exports, or even other Penhue Foundation.
You can use library use or spot hidden. Meanwhile, the inspector comes in or knocks on the door because it is locked. What does the inspector wish to do?
They are, knocking on the door, seeing if anyone comes up to the door.
Henry goes, "Oh, excuse me, madam. Please, please, hold on." And then he comes up. This little small little French guy. Hello, excuse me. This is by appointment only. I'm afraid I am with the client right now. I cannot see you right now, sir.
Well, I would hate to interrupt an appointment, but you see, recently someone who has visited your shop was attacked, and I am investigating. You wouldn't want to hamper an inspector, would you?
Oh, I suppose not. Okay. But I sure. Please. Okay. Come on in. Then come on in. As you come in, the sound of the teapot begins to whistle. And the tea. I'm sorry, I did not catch your name, sir.
Woody's scrambling to
Yes,
hide.
my name. I'm an Inspector Isaac Barrington. Yours, my good man?
I am Heinrich Gastineau. I'm Swiss, actually. German and Swiss, Swiss, German, French, Italian. All right. Please, sit down. I will also get you a cup of tea. Why not? All right. So, I'm always willing to help the, I'm always willing to back the blue, as it were. And so, as he rushes in there, what are you doing? You can choose to just hide, or you could try to make your way upstairs. It's up to you.
I think he would choose to hide and like close the cabinets, of course, to show that like there was no evidence of anyone else being here. But he would just choose to hide.
All right.
Are there good hiding spots?
If you just go on the opposite side of the stairs, you should be okay.
Okay.
I will let him make a. What is your stealth?
My stealth is 76.
Okay, so you'd have to make a hard spot hidden to notice you, if anything. I will roll a percentile.
Does he get a penalty because he's rushing for the tea?
I think so. Yes. So first we'll see. He has to make a. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, he has to. I'm not gonna bother. He rolled an 89, so he's no way. He just. Oh yes. Yeah, he doesn't notice you at all. Brings out the tea. Oh yes, you are just strange. You said somebody was assaulted. That's funny. This poor woman, her husband was apparently attacked. Was hurt in in that horrible explosion I heard that happened down at the Limehouse.
Interesting. Well, madam, perhaps I would have to question you another day, if you would not mind either waiting outside or coming back later. I hate to interrupt your appointment, but I have important questions that citizens should not be privy to.
Yes, all right. Madam, please forgive me, and please, you have my condolences. I shall. Then he escorts you to the door.
Yeah, I will willingly follow, giving a little nod to the officer, and wiping her eyes with probably some of the tissue that he gave her, and just turn to the man and say, "Thank you so much for your help and being so understanding. I truly appreciate it." And Inspector, I will be just outside the door. But
and with that. Okay. So
I may be stepping down to the nearest phone booth to make a call. I've got other appointments that I have to make as well.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. So while you do that, the Heinrich comes back and goes, "Excuse me, sir, I have a very important item here for a client. I must secure it into the safe, and I will be out right away." And he rushes back into the back room, the safe, which is kind of the same side of the stairs that you're on, Woody. So, what do you want to do?
Can the inspector actually follow him?
If you want.
Yeah, the inspector would begin following him and say, "I understand that you have lots of work, but so do I. And, mister, if you do not mind talking while we walk, perhaps? Is it just you in the shop today, or do you have other employees?"
Oh, I'm afraid, no, not today. The other employees, the watchmakers and whatnot, but they're not here today. This is very early for them, and so it is simply sales. So
I think Woody would take advantage of the stall tactics and make his way a little bit farther up the stairs that's like in the dark.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth roll to see if he...
Okay, here's a stealth with no bonus.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. You're able to kind of scurry up there. In fact, as he turns around to look at you, and Isaac sees Woody kind of up the stairs, and then as he turns back around, he doesn't see him. This is like just perfectly timed. Oh, okay, well, please, it is just that. Very well. Just please do not look away, please, while I work the safe, please. So he goes in there in this big safe, and he kind of Takes a few minutes. Throws it in. What is exactly you? What is this about, sir?
And would he watch his movements to input the code into the save? From like around the corner?
You can make a. Well, you kind of you make a hard spot hidden. You can do it.
I was just gonna say, could I do a cheeky spot hint too? Like if I'm walking around the room with like a piece of paper and pencil in my hand, and I just happen to see.
Yeah.
I'll do a
Hard
cheeky
success.
spot hidden. I don't see it. I'm walking around. I'm looking at the room. I'm looking around the room.
Yes,
I'm not
you've managed to pay attention enough to get the combination. Sure, why not?
and when he asks, why I'm here, I'm just saying, well, you see, perhaps a client of yours recently was spotted in this store, and only in but a couple moments after, they were in a violent attack. Were there any other folk the day that this man arrived? And I would describe Dean's visit as I was told.
Oh yeah. Yes, they heard assault. This is very different than what I heard. I heard that he was hurt in the explosion. That's his wife. Oh yeah. Oh okay. Sorry. Yes, I heard. In fact, that is his wife right there. That woman. She's the wife of the man you were speaking of. He was supposed to see me today, but she said he was in the hospital. That he is perhaps on death's door.
Yes, I shall question her after our conversation. You say there was no one else in the shop that day other than those two?
Oh, well, just me and then, there was, one of my, what's his name? Mr. Kieran Hogan. He's a young he's a young boy who, he cleans up. He, helps with the cleaning and the keeps the ship chop. I don't know whether I want to take him on as an apprentice, but he does a lot, moves boxes and things like that. He was working in the back that night, or that day, I believe.
Do you know of his residence? Perhaps you saw someone suspicious lurking around your shop?
I suppose. I don't know if, yes, okay. He is a young man. He lives in Hackney. He's Hackney. North, which is northwest. He takes the train in. And he's a very good worker. Young, of course, a bit immature, but I've never seen him to be one of. I suppose you could ask him, but I do not know. I have not heard much. I don't think he never mentioned anything to me, at least. This is most peculiar.
Yes, it is. Now, this Mr. Adler, was he and his wife, when they visited, I understand you said something about a specific item. I understand you put it in their safe. Were they here for anything else? Did they have any other questions that may have aroused suspicion? Anything that you could assist with this investigation? Were there any more items in the front of your shop that they were interested in? And he would try and lead him back to the front.
Maybe, I'm trying to remember. It was a few weeks ago. Perhaps something about the timer, maybe?
Do you have any of these up front? Would you be able to show me?
Well, no, these are very special items. They're made on special order. The days of the ocean-going maritime timers are. Well, it's just not something we usually create anymore. We have more sophisticated items for the more discerning person. But I suppose every once in a while we do get an order. I suppose.
when walking to the front and hearing all this, he would say, have you had previous clients ask about these timers? If it is such an odd object, but you say that you've had others come in before, yes?
Well, yes, I have had someone order, but please, discretion is really something we pride ourselves on here. So it is something that we do not typically ask about. Please, it is part of our clientele. Some of the highest ranking officials of the London are our clients.
Of course.
Particularly like to buy, well, between you and me, buy things for their wives and for their girlfriends, if you know what I mean. So, it's,
I understand.
we are very, 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 we must keep shall we say, very discreet.
I understand the need for discretion, but you see, my good sir, I'm investigating not only an assault, but I'm sure you've heard of the murders.
Yes. I need to make a psychology roll.
Okay, a psychology.
Oh, shit. You could definitely tell. Yeah, they're in the front of the shop. You could definitely tell. You are. You could definitely tell that he is. It's not just duty that is keeping him from saying it. More a almost a fear, I guess.
Interesting. So I would say, was there anything else?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would have said, well, yes, I understand the need for discretion, but yes, I'm investigating an assault, and I'm sure you've heard of the murders, and I believe they may be connected. If such a wealthy figure could come into your shop and inquire about an odd timer, it may have connection. Now, I am not asking you to tell me all of your secrets. I understand you have clients to protect and business to keep, but if you could give me any sliver of information, know that not only would I keep my lips sealed as a promised inspector, but this conversation would indeed keep between us, and you would aid in capturing whoever's behind these dastardly deeds. Perhaps would even bring you in clientele even further. I'm sure the rich and the wealthy would be glad to shop from the man who caught the murderer.
So, Woody and... I need Woody and Woody and the inspector to make listen rolls right now.
Okay. Nope.
So Woody, you as you're hearing that, you can actually hear the that sound of the it's actually kind of muted now, but definitely not as muted as it was. And it's like,
oh, it seems to be loosening.
You feel like the vibration from from all the hitting is loosening it, and you feel like it's gonna, like it's just like a really dim ringing right now, but it's only that you don't have any idea, but it's going to eventually fall out probably and start making noise.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, I'm quickly working that safe.
All right, I'll make a dex roll to see how quickly you can do it. Because you're trying to hurry.
Oh, that'll push.
All right.
There we go.
Ooh, Open it up. It makes a ka-chunk noise, but which, unfortunately, that ka-chunk noise. Actually, go ahead and make a stealth roll. See if you quietly were able to do it. Oh yeah, no problem. Jesus. All right. So, yeah, you're able. You're able to open it up real quick. You see several like pocket watches. Some that are looks like they're being repaired, that were recently repaired, or maintained, like new parts put in, and freshly. And then some are actually freshly made watches. You have yeah, there's like 10 old-fashioned pocket watches and 8, including the one that was put aside. There's 8 more other they, from the shape and everything, you think they're most likely wristwatches.
Okay.
From the shape of the boxes and everything.
Okay. Is there like anything else that's like weird? I mean, if it's all timepieces, I'm just gonna grab the chronometer.
No, there's no chronometers in there, but there's just. I mean, it's
Oh.
just all. Yeah, it's all just watches and jewelry and stuff, and maybe some cash.
Oh, didn't he say that like he kept the chronometer in the safe, or did I misinterpret that?
Well, no, the one. Wait, you guys were, but he was getting a watch, wasn't he, for Adler?
Oh, he was putting away the watch that
Yeah.
he was. Okay. If that's the case, if there's no chronometer, then I think are there any like sensitive documents possibly?
I mean, there's just some legal documents, like the deed to the building that looks several hundred years old. The import-export licenses, like legal documents for that, so they can legally, import the items and customs documents and things like that.
Okay, it's all just licenses. Okay.
Yeah, it's all legal stuff.
Okay, I think Woody might pocket some of the cash, but not all of it. Not enough to be like, oh yeah, that looks drastically smaller.
Just stack of
yeah, he's gonna grab that, close it, and like head back up the stairs.
All right. Go ahead and make it a stealth roll.
Stealth roll. Ooh.
All right.
Ooh. Huh.
I
will.
Or you spend 4 points of luck. It's up to you.
No, you know what? I'll push that. Oh no! All right, time to make it out of here.
You go. You make a big noise on the top of the. You kind of trip for a second. What the? And then of course, the last of the remnants of the material fall from the alarm. It goes off.
That's okay. It's dark up here.
Police! There is a thief in here! Quick! And he hides behind the inspector. Go get him, please!
Oh,
I will.
Perfect.
My livelihood!
I will pull out my revolver and say, my good sir, stay down here. It is very possible that whoever this previous attacker may be have come back for you. This timer. Stay down here, wait until my signal. And he will run upstairs. Run to the back and upstairs.
All right. You run upstairs. He's just beside himself. In fact, I need to see here. Make a luck roll, Vi. Okay. Luckily, there are no other bobbies around this time in the morning, at least not at first. Although, the longer the alarm goes off, the more likely it's going to attract someone. Or the people around there might call for the police. You see a couple of people sticking their heads out the windows and stuff. And some of the shopkeepers are like, they're sweeping they're like, what's that? Is that an alarm? All right. Yeah, so Barrington runs up. There's Woody. Woody, what are you going to do? You going to use your crash pad?
Oh yeah, I'm using my crash pad, but seeing as it's just the inspector, I'm gonna do like a one-handed drop.
Yeah, you could just take your time. I mean, I'm
Oh
not gonna
wait,
worry about
actually,
it.
if it's the inspector, I'm just gonna give him the piece of paper and do a two-handed drop.
There you go. That works. Yeah, you could just easily worry. He's like, and then jump down, and then what do you? What
Then
does
I'm
the
gonna run
inspector
off.
do? Yeah, you can run off.
The inspector will pocket what he was given.
And what do you make a luck roll too while you're at it?
Luck roll for D.
Okay. Anyways, keep going.
I'm not
the
pushing that.
inspector will
Can't.
pocket the paper and holster his revolver, and then go back down to inspect the stolen goods.
Oh, and you know that if you shut the window, it'll complete the circuit and turn the alarm off.
Oh, then he will turn off the alarm, and then walk back downstairs.
Sir, thank you. It is so fortuitous that you were here when this horrible thing happened. Is you see anything missing? I must inspect. I mean, there's sure nothing of value up there. Luckily, they were not able to get to the safe, as far as I know.
Now, my good sir, whoever this was could be in connection with my already ongoing investigations. I would really implore you to tell me all you may know about your timers and otherwise. I'd understand you must inspect your clients, but you cannot say that an attack to one of your clients in your shop and then your own shop being assaulted could not be coincidence, especially when your client is asking about odd objects that are not normally bought.
All right, he will. You can make a persuasion roll with a bonus die, since you did kind of you come off as the good cop, save him from the thieves.
Okay, so persuade 1. Well, persuade 2. So
yeah, either way. You persuade him. He goes, I'm sorry, but you see, it's a noble Lord. It is Lord Gavigan. He told me discretion. He paid me extra to be quiet, and he said if anyone were to come around, I was supposed to tell him. I like that there was a black man who came to me several months ago. A author, a Jackson Elias. He had asked about those things. But I told him nothing. But I did inform Lord Gavigan. But it didn't matter. I mean, from what I heard, I mean, I don't know. I never saw him after that, so I'm assuming he went back to America.
interesting. You have helped me quite a bit, my good sir. Do not worry, do not fear. I will keep you and your shop in good hands. Should Gavigan, good Sir Gavigan, come back and ask for any further questions, be complacent, talk to him, do what you must do. Keep your business afloat. All I ask in return is you keep me in the loop as well.
All right. Very well, I suppose.
Should any further clientele come in asking about timers, perhaps you would also inform me.
Yes, of course. Please, all this excitement has given me arrhythmia. Oh, I feel very, very sick now. I must go. I must take inventory, make sure nothing else was stolen.
I will make sure to send some of my companions to take your statement and protect your shop while I investigate further.
Do you have a card, sir? So they may tell you. So I know how to contact you.
I'm sure being an inspector, I can probably whip out a card.
Oh, thank you, sir. And then he whips out the card. He takes the card. He hurriedly starts pulling the shades down and everything else. That you have that information now. What do you want to do? It is now early in the morning.
Can I do something interesting?
What would you like to do?
Actually, never mind. If there are there any other from the sound alarm? Are there any other bobbies around?
None had not yet. In fact, actually, about several minutes later, some bobbies do come running because the neighboring businesses heard the alarm go off, and then heard it stop.
So when they approach, I would tell them, it is very possible that the London murderer, the attacker, has assaulted this man's shop. Would you be so kind as to take his statement and to keep an eye on his shop for the coming hours of the day and recommend that he lock his doors?
All right. Yes, sir. I will take a note. Yes. And, hello, sir. I'll go. How? It's the policeman, sir. I'm here to take your statement. And so he takes a statement. He goes in there and he takes the statement. What do you guys want to do in the meantime? You have a
well, I think Woody would probably just back off a little bit and just keep an eye on the entrance, and once the party walks off, he'll meet back up with them.
All right. We're able to meet. Also, this. Oh. Yep. Okay. So, let's see here. Let's put you back in on the map, on the London map. All right, here we go. Yeah. So, here you are, Scotland Yard. There's Soho. Your hotel is over here. The hospital is actually over there. Where is it? E3. All right. All right, here. That's King's College. That's also where the hospital is. So, of course, you guys have not. It's been up for quite a while, but in fact, go ahead and make Constitution rolls. Though not Inspector Barrington, but the other two.
I is tired.
Yeah, you're getting fatigued, so you have a penalty to all your rolls. All that running around and sneaking and climbing has really worn you out, combined with having been up for at least 24 hours. So it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Oh, nice.
But it's like, I could keep going another 2 days. I don't care. All right.
I used to work in a bar. Come on. You gotta stay awake for that shit.
I think the inspector would head to his vehicle if they brought it here.
Yeah. Well, some of you guys took his sedan.
And if we're all in the car, I would ask, so where to next? I have some information that I've learned.
Well, we're not opposed. I assume we're not opposed to going with you, but I'll probably catch some shut-eye once we get to wherever it is your office is.
Scotland Yard is where he's in the basement. So
Well, off
Probably
to
gonna
the
be
Scotland Yard then.
nice and cozy.
I have
Yeah.
learned some information. One of the workers' employees was there the day of your visit, but that is not there here or there, as there was not a real attack. But we could question of any other suspicious business goers, other clients, as well as good Mr. Gavigan was there in recent time, asking about timers, and another man who I've recently learned of. Do you know of a Jackson Elias?
He's our friend. He was our friend.
Interesting.
He was murdered
Well,
in New York, and that's what launched this whole fiasco.
Interesting. Perhaps these murders are connected then, and perhaps even more suspicion is put on Gavigan, because what good Mr. Gavigan told me was that this Jackson Elias came to him talking about a Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh, and which was described as an Egyptian death cult, one that may be connected to the murders here in London. But Gavigan told me that Elias was just seeking profit and was an unreliable source, but now I seem to believe that it has actually been Gavigan to be the unreliable source. His connection to these timers and these murders may be even deeper than I have thought, which would explain why he is putting me off this case.
Interesting.
yes.
Perhaps, and I think Woody's fatigue is like catching up to him. Perhaps we can help piece together some of these clues back at your office. I'm starting to lose it here.
Oh, yes, we do need our wits for this investigation, I believe, going forward, but we shall head to my office indeed.
Sounds like a plan. You guys
Great.
could rest up for like a day, and then rest. I mean, it's early in the morning, so you guys could go there. Well, go wherever. It depends on where you want to go, right? I mean, you know that the Blue Pyramid Club opens at night. You know, the Penhew Foundation being typically a academic area, tends to have very limited day. Tend to be open like 9 to 5 sort of thing.
Perhaps we should follow Mr. Gavigan's footsteps even further. You can rest for the day, and then when the Blue Pyramid opens up, perhaps we pay it a visit.
That sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, that's the Gavigan Foundation right there. Number 18.
So it would sound like driving to the Scotland Yard to research, get some rest, and then head to the Blue Pyramid Club.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so very good. The Blue Pyramid Club. Yeah, your fatigue is better. You're fine. You're able to rest, reassure yourself. And you find yourselves at the Blue Pyramid. Let's go to the Blue Pyramid real quick. Although it is called the Blue Pyramid, it is not actually a blue pyramid. It's just a simple nightclub of the reminiscent of you would find in the 1920s. And except instead of jazz, the sound of the Egyptian music emanating. Where is the damn? Where's the ribbon? There's too many things to cover. Imhotep.
Ooh, neat.
The Blue Pyramid Club. It's a fancy, fancy place. What you will notice is that, first off, it appears to be, it's actually above a, to get in, you actually have to go, above a grocery store, I believe, wasn't it? Oh, maybe not. Oh, I thought it, that's weird, I thought, hold on. Blue Pyramid. Sorry, I'm playing. Where are you, Blue Pyramid? You liar. All right. This is a big book. Here we go. Yeah, the Blue Pyramid. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah. It's located. Let me turn that down a little bit. Yeah, it's on this. Oh, they didn't even pay attention to that, didn't they? All right. Well, anyways, yeah. There's a past the velvet rope. There are already several guests. However, over time, you were able to get in. You see a very large man. He looks really, really big. Similar. In fact, I need spot hidden from Woody or Vi.
I'm still tired, I guess.
I am wide awake. This is my world, and I am here.
Wow. Yeah, you realize you see a even though he's wearing a big tuxedo and he's a great huge guy. He you do see the scar on the inside of his wrist, upside down ankh. Somewhere you realize this is one of those goons that was at the warehouse.
Oh.
Yep. Here, I'll throw you guys out here. Inspector Barrington. So you've never been in there yet. And, oh, I guess and then, sorry guys, where is it? Where's my cool, awesome music? Anyways, yeah, go ahead and move your guys to here. Oh, here, how about this one? Let's listen to this one. This sounds good. He looks up and down, but he lets you in. There's a coat check girl. Inside, you see several flappers, but dressed in, but with Egyptian-style headdresses. And as you hear the sounds of there's a big, you see as you enter, a large blue pyramid. Several men sitting on the low tables. They have little backs, but they're actually all on the floor. And they're eating a variety of things and smoking hookahs and whatnot. There's a nice bartender over here, which you oh, where is he? Oh, where are you? Uh-oh. Anyways, um, the one of the men is a. You see, there's several other guys, big dudes in tuxedos, but one of them, you see a short, bald man standing at the bar, and he's like, sort of like, yelling at them in Arabic, yelling at the waitresses to hurry up, and as the music's playing, several belly dancers are sort of meandering around as well. The place is definitely jumping. What do you wish to do?
In whispered tones, I would say, well, this is one of the locations that Gavigan would visit on his downtime. Perhaps we should find out why.
Sounds good. I think Woody would probably make his way over to the bar, not just because that's probably where our skill set is strongest, but it seems to give a good vantage point of all the tables, and it also lets us see get a closer look of this mysterious pyramid.
I think the same with the inspector. I think he would go up to the bar just to get a lay of the land, because with his followings of Gavigan, I don't think he himself has ever been inside more. So probably just I see him entering and then I see him leaving, right? So I would.
Yeah, very good. Like I said, there are several belly dancers. There's also several patrons. Most of them, some of them are obviously either British or European, and but most of them are a very good portion of them are Egyptian in origin, but they are definitely staying around. Just gonna add some more here. Anyways, there's several, and so let me see here. It's a ballroom, a bar. You also notice there's these private rooms here at the bottom. Ones that looks like says "Do not enter, employees only," but the other ones have reserves only. In fact, you see one drunken reveler with a belly dancer leading one of the looks like a drunken British man with his most of his tuxedo undone, leading her into one of those rooms for, I'm sure, some illicit something not I doubt it's Bible study. See several other guys. What's in you do see a very what does stick out is this woman here who seems to be kind of looking around everything. The dancers avoid her. Standing next to him or next to her is a well-dressed British gentleman with a pencil-thin mustache. He's not that big. There he is. He's standing with her. And you see him, she's not even looking, and she just holds her empty martini glass, and he quickly gets up and he scurries over to the bar. Oh, another martini, please. Yes. Quick. It's for Miss. And the guy's, please, he starts yelling at the guy. Hurry up. He's all freaked out that she doesn't have she has an empty glass for some reason.
Oh, weird.
Um,
Can I? Well, I mean, it might be more Vi's thing, but can I
Hmm?
deduce if this guy here that's shouting at everybody is the proprietor of this place?
you. That is probably a very good guess. He seems
Okay.
to be. Yes, that's exactly what he seems to be. He's
Okay.
definitely. He seems to be at least the one in charge. He seems to be like sort of like ordering the waitresses around and them. And then
Okay. So that said, I'm gonna whisper that into my two friends' ears and say, I think this guy's the owner here. There's some worth there, but this guy, uh, Woody's gonna walk over and say, oh, actually, oh, during his time of working with Vi,
Yeah.
does Woody know of like any super interesting, super unique drinks that like only a local would know?
in London, you mean?
Yeah.
You may roll you can you know what, you can make a hard education roll.
Okay. And then I would be whispering to Vi and see if there's something that she knows.
She can make a regular education roll.
That makes sense. Nice.
Oh, that's funny. Sorry, I'm just looking up these I'm just looking up oh, that's funny. Ooh. Shake it for me. There you go. Yes. Oh wow, Violet. Of course she knows. A local London drink or an Egyptian drink?
Egyptian.
All right. Mhm. Mm. You're like, oh, I would actually like an Egyptian. You could, yeah, you know about the Egyptian martini. It
Yes,
is-
that specific martini I know about, and I will start telling that guy exactly what's in that martini.
AKA Cleopatra's Viper. A
Yes, of
martini that
course.
uses triple sec and the vanilla and raspberry mixed with gin. And it's just very few bartenders know this recipe. The touch of triple sec. The memory lives on. It is lethal, much like Cleopatra's Viper. Ooh. Whoa. The bartender's very impressed. And the owner's like, oh, I have never met a woman of the West who has interested in drinking from the Cleopatra's Viper. I am Abdul Nashwa. I am the owner of this establishment. And he holds out your hand and wants to kiss your hand.
I will let him take my hand, and when he does, I'll give like that cute like girly like tee giggle when he kisses my hand.
Yeah.
And as he goes to like let go of my hand, I will take his hand and I will lean forward and whisper, I am an experienced drink maker myself. Would you be interested in a little bit more flair behind your bar tonight?
You sound. Yeah, go ahead and make a persuasion with a bonus die.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Pretty sure that's
yeah.
working.
And the bartender's like, "Come here. I need you to see what recipes you have." And he allows you to go behind the bar, should you want to. Yes. Right.
Oh yeah, 100%. As this guy is at the bar shaking for a martini, I will take the empty cup from him and I will say, do you want one of these again? Or do you think Miss, and I will like lean past him to like kind of look in her direction, hoping that he'll fill in the blank of like what her name is for me.
Oh. Well, Miss. Oh, yes. That is my desert flower, Zara.
Ah, yes, Miss Zara. Do you think she would enjoy another one of the Vipers, or do you think she would enjoy something a little bit unique to the area as well? Maybe
I
two?
can tell you.
Maybe a Viper and maybe something a little bit more different for her palate?
Oh, well, yes, Miss Zara is with Miss Zara's always looking for I should say new experiences. With that, make a psychology roll, all three of you.
3 of we.
All three of you.
Okay. All right,
Oh,
psychology,
boy.
psychology,
Oh,
psychology.
damn! Three.
Damn, guys.
We
we're
got
on par tonight.
every type
Let's
of success.
go.
Success, extreme, and hard.
Bum, bum, bum.
You. He, at the mention of making an exotic drink for Zara, Abdul, at first he seems calm, but then you realize a little bead of sweat starts to come around. He seems genuinely fearful, as if maybe he's worried that if you do not make this drink well to her liking, that he might be in big trouble. He holds her in some high deference for sure. And you'll also notice in that psychology roll that this man seems to notice as well. His and he kind of smiles a little bit. He catches himself trying to smiling, and he sort of amused at Abdul's nervousness.
Yeah, I give a smirk and I make the Cleopatra drink first, and then I will make let's find out what I will make. Hold on.
What do you want? Something fancy?
I will make her a
Make her die.
let's make her a Manhattan. I'll make her a Manhattan.
Oh, that sounds good.
I like to think
so-
that the Cleopatra's Viper, the little lemon twist, like actually twists up the glass and like hangs on by like 2 fangs on the edge.
There you go.
When Vi says, I'm gonna make a Manhattan, all you hear in the back of your head, Vi, is, Hudson River!
Yeah, right.
No. All right, so you make the Manhattan. Abdul goes, please, I would he goes, I would carry he's shaking a little bit, but he will
If he goes to take the Manhattan, I will stop him. And seeing his nervousness, I will say, look, you let me come behind the bar. I'll take it to her. If she doesn't like it, you can throw me out. and then it's no harm on you.
Okay, okay. I hope you know what you're doing, lady. And so, oh, come on in. Well, a Yankee, eh? I used to live in America.
Oh, really? What part of America
Yeah.
are you from?
Oh, well, I grew up in London, but, I was once, I went to school there. Actually, I went to several schools before I got kicked out. I was going to almost be a doctor.
Oh, really?
Yes. Anyways, that old man doesn't matter now that I met my desert flower. Zara, let me introduce... I'm sorry, what is your name?
You can call me Vi.
Vi. Me? I am... Terence. I am Terence Bedford the Third. Although my friends call me TB3. At least that was in my college days. Anyways, and this is my lovely desert flower, Zara Shafiq, a local businesswoman, one of the most prolific, successful spice traders here in Soho. She looks at you. You know, which one would you recommend, American woman?
It is a pleasure to meet you. Well, I know that you have your favorite, and she will gesture towards the Cleopatra, and she will extend out the drink. This is a local treat from my area. It's referred to as the Manhattan, and I thought maybe something just a little different on the palate may shake up the night a little bit. No harm if you don't like it, but I figured it was worth a try because a lady of exquisite taste deserves to taste as much exquisite things as possible. And I will hand her the drink.
Oh, and with that she takes a sip. And we'll see how she feels about it in about 5 minutes. How's that?
Sounds like a plan.
I need to take a break.
We'll be back in 5 to figure out if she likes it or not.
He gives you a nod of approval. Very nice. Please, won't you sit with us?
I would love
Sit.
to. Thank you.
Move over, darling. Oh, yes, of course. Yes. Oh.
Thanks for warming up my seats, sir.
Yes. You intrigue me. What, you are an American, no?
I am. I'm just out here on a little adventure, seeing the sights, trying new experiences, like the drink that you have.
As you see this pair sitting down, you see Abdul go, sigh of relief, and then quickly back to yelling at waitresses in Arabic. Meanwhile, I need Inspector Barrington. Make a spot hidden roll.
Okay. Inspector Barrington, go gadget, spot hidden. Or not, if I can find it.
Standing. This woman seems to be staring at you as if she knows you. And slowly makes her way around the table towards you and begins dancing and undulating around you. And she whispers in your ear, I know who you are, Inspector.
But I don't believe I know you, madam.
She goes, my name is Jalisha. You must leave this place. You are a great teacher.
Danger from who?
This place. Abdul. He may run the place. But he's only a puppet. I cannot speak now. There are too many eyes appearing. I will meet you. Tell me where I can meet you tomorrow.
Meet me at my office in Scotland Yard.
Finally. I've been asking about you for a month. And the policemen tell me you are busy. Turn me away. I remember reading about you in the paper, and I figured we could help. But I cannot. We better not talk too long. Already Abdul is looking suspicious. What is that? What are you doing? Bingle! Oh, yes, sir. Oh, she's pretty, huh? No,
Yes,
pretty.
my good sir, what can you tell me about this fine establishment of yours?
Well, it is,
What's the history behind it? How have you come to own it?
Well, it is a place, when I came here 30 years ago, I had nothing but the ability to make good coffee and mix some few drinks. So I started this club through a variety of loans and patrons. I was able to build up the place. It's now one of the hottest clubs in Soho.
Yes, I can tell. You seem to have quite an impressive group of clientele I can see around this room.
Yes. You know, just between me and you, you know. If you wish, these dancers, you know, if you want to, Alicia, you know, for a mere £20, he will give you a night of unforgettable pleasure. One of my bedrooms over this one here is available, should you choose to indulge.
Was he talking about her?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Woody, you see this one guy. He's being kind of handsy with the dancer, and Abdul. At first, he looks angry, like "Who's touching my girl?" And then when he looks, you could tell by the way he's looking at this guy that he's not. He wishes not to engage. He's actually very reticent. Let's go, me. Let's go.
I'm gonna kind of mutter out loud behind Abdul and say, "Some men have no respect."
Yes, sir. Well, you are right, but let us say that it's better that he were. It's okay. He would. He does not. He does not get very handsy too much. And then shoes. Okay.
I'm gonna ask him. You know, I understand running a business and playing friendly with some of the rude customers. Who is this guy messing with your employee?
His name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea. It is a very good question. Oh. His name is Puzzle. Puzzle Bear. No,
Puzzle Bear.
Waka Waka. No,
Waka Waka. Puzzle
Yes,
Bear,
see.
Waka Waka.
It's very important. And then actually, go ahead and make a psychology roll, Woody.
Okay. No.
No, you just notice she kind of seems to be looking at him intently. Well, this is happening. Zara's, and so where are you from, my dear? Oh, I think she's from New York City. I used to live out there, you know.
You're right. I'm from the New York City area. The Big Apple, the city that never sleeps. Famous for the Hudson River, just all the great things that the states are known for. But my specialty, as you can tell, and she kind of gestures towards the drink and her newfound friend's hand and says, unfortunately, my talents get subdued there. So kind of venturing across the pond a little more to expand my horizon, expand my talents, and frankly get away from all of that craziness.
Ah. Well, yes. So while you're talking, this happens like before you see Fazio grabbing this girl. And then you see Zara stand up, or just kind of look over. And she goes, Fazio! Like this. And he kind of stops. And she just gives like this really stern look, and he like lets go. He slaps him in the face, and runs off. Runs up, ends up going backstage eventually. I'm afraid that the Egyptian men sometimes allow their baser instincts to take over.
When she says that, do I get the sense that she doesn't like that, or like that's the base, the instincts take over, that she's not a fan of that, like that's a no for her, or that she is okay with something like that? Because I want to react appropriately.
Yeah, psychology will let you.
I don't know, probably.
You're like, oh, she's into that. No,
Oh
No.
yeah, can I push it? I mean, I
Yeah.
really feel like I can't do worse than that at this point.
No.
Hey.
Ooh. You're like, what do you mean by that? And then she's like, she looks at you kind of suspiciously, and then she starts laughing. You must understand, in Egypt, in Egypt, women are. Some men consider women to be property, arranged marriages and stuff. But here I am free to be who I want to be. That's why I moved to this place. Same reason you moved here too, to get away. You and I feel like you and I are a kindred spirit. With that, she kind of like touches your arm a little bit.
As she touches my arm, I will place my free hand on top of hers, kind of like signifying that I am in agreement with her, and I will lean forward and say, I do believe so as well. And if you don't mind, considering your drink is empty, can I make you another drink from the States? If you don't like it, I will gladly make you a Cleopatra or a Manhattan again. But I have another drink I think you'd enjoy too.
And with that,
And I will end with, call it a token of our friendship.
yeah, you want to put it back up. Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you want me to roll anything, or can I just pick another drink?
Yeah, go ahead and pick another drink. You're a bartender. Do you have art craft bartending? No, it's okay. Yeah, you can just pick another and come back. Meanwhile, Alicia continues to dance, but keeps looking towards Inspector Barrington. Abdul.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I would get his attention and say, kind of like maybe like give a wink to Woody, like, I'm gonna get some information, and tell Abdul, my good sir, I think I would take you up on that offer.
Very well. All right, come here. And she kind of points over to you, and she saunters on over into the bedroom, and he kind of motions like, right this way, sir. Yeah, go ahead. You can go in there, and meanwhile, you make another drink.
Oh
She
yeah,
is
I
very,
make her a
very
Long
impressed.
Island iced tea.
Mm.
The heaviest of heavy drinks that's got a great subtlety to cover up all of the alcohol. I 100% make her a Long Island iced tea. I want to get this bitch drunk.
As you are making the Long Island iced tea, Woody, you do notice that they are in a very close and very conversation, and keep peering over at her, and they seem interested, or they seem like they really feel like maybe I don't know, they're digging it, I guess. Okay. Meanwhile, the big dude, he kind of you see him kind of pacing around back and forth over here, like he's kind of standing over. Yeah. So you go ahead, you make another one. What?
I make two. I make one for her, which I put a pink umbrella in, and then I make one for me that I put a yellow umbrella in, and mine is a virgin. So we're gonna look like we're drinking the exact same thing, but we're not.
Oh wow. All right. So are you just come here for work then?
So I will
Or is there more?
hand
Right.
her the pink umbrellaed one, and I'll keep my yellow virgin one that they don't know about. And I will turn to him and say, well, I'm not really here for work. I'm just kind of here seeking adventure. I could be persuaded into doing some work, but that's not particularly why I'm here.
Well then. Um. She begins to sip. Very nice. Very nice. Meanwhile, Isaac, you are now in the room. Alicia's in there. Inspector Barrington. Thank you. Must.
Real quick, what does the room look like? It is a black screen for me.
What? Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, do I have it? Oh. That? Still
There
black?
we go.
Okay,
Nope.
sorry. I didn't realize I had blocked out all those things. That's the entrance. You guys see that, right? Okay. Yeah. You must be careful. I know. My name is Alicia. My boyfriend. My boyfriend was murdered by Fazil. He was one of the victims of the Egyptian murders.
Do you know this for certain?
Yes. I remember. Where are you? Yes. Because you see, my boyfriend was, my boyfriend Badru was brutally killed because, Fazil made advances at me, and Badru was there. He was always wanting to watch over me while I danced, when he could afford it. He worked down at the docks mostly, but at least once a week he would save up his money and wear his best suit so he could stay in the club. I could get him in for free, you know. And then Fazil got very, very handsy. Badru reached over and punched him in the face. Let me go. And later that night, when we went back to our home, they broke in. They were wearing masks, but I knew. They had clubs with a large spike, and they beat him to death. They said if I said anything, they would kill me too, and dragged his body into the street. When I looked into one of the masked men's eyes, I could see those were the eyes of Fazil, because I saw him when I remember seeing those eyes when he tried to hold me down. And ever since then, I was trying to reach you, but the policemen, they would always turn me away. I'm afraid nobody cares about a bunch of Egyptian immigrants.
Well, my dear, it is good you've contacted me because I believe I do care. Is there any other proof you can give me? Anything definitive?
I don't have no, I can only say this. You must, at the back of the club, there is a lift that will take you down. There's a basement. Sometimes I have seen these men go down into the basement, come back up, and trucks come. They load the men into the trucks. There might be, Fazil is one of them, and several others. They bring and they put in about from the basement. And sometimes they are there for, I don't know how long they've been down there, but sometimes let's say they are a truck with 7 men or 8 men. The 4 of them come with their hands tied around they usually have their hands bound. They are never seen again. Only the men that loaded them up return.
Would you be able to cause a distraction, or perhaps allow me in when you close? If what you say is true, then that would be proof that would get this this man and all the others
Mhm.
firmly arrested and behind bars.
Yes. I believe so. That she says, all right, I will do as you say. Meet me at the back of the alley. At whenever it closes.
Whenever it closes. Okay. Sure, I know that time.
This is where the GM is like, oh, the club is 24/7. Shit.
Wait, this is a Denny's. No.
It now
no.
takes a 1 hour lunch break.
No. Yeah. So you. Oh, that's funny. Oh. Yes. We close at 1 a.m. So usually it takes about an hour of cleanup, and then the trucks come usually about 2 in the morning.
Understood. I will come
it's about
back
like 11 now, so a couple about
back
3
around
hours.
then, and you lead the way. You let me in, and we will get these men convicted.
Anyway, I will do this for Bagu's revenge. Bagul's revenge. No, Bagru. These names. All right. Meanwhile, Woody. This Fazil, he actually comes over to you. Not to you, but near you. And is like,
Okay.
yeah. Sits down and is like, he's got like a nice suit on, but it's like a dress shirt, but maybe not a bit of an undershirt. And you look, and you can make a spot hidden with a bonus die, because he's not really paying attention to you. And you see that, yeah, he definitely has it on his chest, like where his heart, over his heart, he has a upside down, like a tattoo of a upside down ankh. You also notice he's got a curved blade kind of in his, hidden in his jacket. But, he's like yelling in Arabic, and he's just shutting him down. You also can make a psychology roll. Hey.
Nope. The
do
psychology
not.
rolls.
Unless you want to push it or spend a bunch of points.
Oh no, I'm not gonna push it. Not.
Meanwhile, Zara, I'm gonna make a roll to see. Despite the strong drink, she seems to be able to hold her liquor.
Good on her. I've played this game before.
Yeah. It was... No, I know the owner of the club. I'm sure he would let us retire for some more private party. Do you say not? American woman?
Maybe in a bit I will take you up on that. This is my first time in this club. I'd like to drink in the scenery as much as I can.
Oh, it's what you say, what, hard to get.
This is...
like, oh, yes. These American women, I told you, when I was there 7 years ago, the jazz, the women, it's a paradise.
What brought you to New York?
Actually, it was I was in America mainly. My father was, sent me away sent me to America, mainly out of embarrassment, because I was what you would call a bit of a black sheep of the family. A black sheep with money, of course. And then eventually
I will antagonize him more and be like, ooh, a bad boy. What were you doing in New York?
Well, at the time, the last time I was in medical school. Yep. used to party with some of the richest families in Westchester County. And eventually I ended up here. Well, unfortunately, Daddy got tired of paying my tuition, so I ended up... So, unfortunately, I ended up with the old purse strings cut. Naturally, I did finally get a respectable position at a museum. A local, one of the man of some importance took pity upon me. He apparently knew what it was like to have difficult family relations and has given me a wonderful place to stay. Wonderful, decent wage. Hopefully, once this respect will allow me to inherit the family fortune at some point.
What museum? I may not seem like it, but I'm a bit of a history buff myself.
Who is it?
Yeah, you said he
Okay,
works for a museum.
Yes. I doubt you know his name. You probably don't follow the royalty very much, but his name is Lord Gavigan, and with that, guess we'll have to see what happens. We'll end with that.
Next time on Call of Cthulhu.
Ooh, I know. And Dr. Adler's like, I've got better. So, anyways.
Shows up at the club.
I'm here to party. Be like, no, you're not. Go back to the
He's
hospital bed.
He's all bandaged up and.
Be really, really funny if he shows up, right? He shows up. We immediately get into combat. He's the first one to drop.
Actually, it'd be funny if he's the only one who doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be funny either way.
True.
But great game as always. Thank you so much,
Woo!
Matt. It's so
Yeah.
fun to be. It's
lot of
fun to be here in London and doing London now.
And I get to be
London
here.
Yes.
And Pi gets to join us.
We finally got to be here. So, okay. So next time we will... Well, I don't know. We can go back to Australia. We could do so many wonderful things. So many amazing things.
So many things, and we'll see where we land.
All right.
See you guys next time. And for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye,
Bye,
YouTube.
YouTube. Cheerio, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Happy dungeon delving, everyone.
Woo!